In this series, we are bringing the Tolkien universe into Minecraft Hardcore Survival. So, in the hopes of not dying, we have spent over 150 days building a cave base in the theme of a dwarven empire. But today's task, we need to expand our base in preparation for a project that I have in mind. We also need to turn our attention to getting mending and finally being able to use diamond gear without the fear of losing it all. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So like every other episode, guys, there's some close calls, so strap yourself in because you're in for a ride. Alright, so we've just smelted the remaining iron that we had in the chest, and I think we actually go ahead and make 2 iron pickaxes. So I believe that we should probably expand the sugarcane farm. Okay, so we've actually managed to build a little bit more onto the farm. So it's just going to speed up how quickly we can actually get it, which is also going to speed up how quickly we can get emeralds from our librarians. Whilst we're waiting, we're going to harvest some wheat and replant it so that we can actually go ahead and breed cows, because we're going to need a lot more leather to finish off this library. Gather round, my little cow friends. My little cow minions, gather round and I shall tell you the secrets to the universe. We have a lot of cows. Somebody did say in the comments that a better way to do this would actually be like trapdoors down rather than signs. And that looks a lot better already. I'm much happier with this outcome. And then what we can actually do is we can actually just put that around there like that. That looks even better. And I think that should still work. I think they should still be able to get out of there. And that should work absolutely fine. We've actually got another one in here that we could probably take out if we wanted to, but we're going to leave you in there for now because we don't need you just yet. And whilst we're at it, we might as well expand the wheat farm now that we know that we can place the dirt behind the steps. Put down a few extra torches just to avoid any mob spawns in the area, and let's get this replanted. There we are, we're now growing at 100% maximum capacity. Well, we got 6, well, we already had some paper, but we got 60 now to the villager. So here's the villagers that you saw me place in the end of the last episode. I'll admit, I got a bit disheartened when I actually spent about 40 minutes digging this up and placing it down again to try and get mending, and we had mending and I think silk touch on these two, and then for some reason every time I leave the area they seem to refresh the trades because we haven't locked them in yet. So we ended up losing them, so I wasted a long time. So I kind of got a bit disheartened, but now we can go ahead and get a few more emeralds. So we now have 14 emeralds and still 12 pieces of paper. So we're still a long way there, and we've still got a lot of waiting around to do. We could probably even expand the farm a little bit further, but you know, we've got to ask ourselves, when is enough? Alrighty, so I think whilst we're waiting for some sugarcane to grow, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, to face the music. I think it's time we expanded our empire and we went out and we fought the mobs off and we lit up a bit more of this cave. As we are about to face our next challenge in expanding our empire, we are moving down to the lower depths and this is not going to be easy. We have a bow with power 2 but only 3 arrows. Just look at how large this area is. We have a lot of areas to run around, light up. We've got our torches at the ready, so let's do this. Already we're facing the music. There's a skeleton hiding behind. Didn't have my timing in sync there. Trying to find the easiest route down here, where we're gonna have an escape if we need to get out. But we are officially committing to this. We are officially doing it, and I can see diamonds already everywhere. There's a lot of skeletons over there. I was feeling like 300% confident coming into this. Now I'm not so sure. I feel like it's probably a good idea to grab any diamonds we can see. Gotta be careful of those creepers sneaking up on us, you sneaky little peekers. Oh, don't like getting stuck in holes. Just 1 diamond, unfortunately. Oh, 2 skeletons. We're out of there. Run away. I thought I was in the lava there, but it was just I was hit with an enchanted bow. That really scared me. I am now retreating. I think we need to kind of just calm down a little bit, and we need to come back. Well, that wasn't so bad. We've got... Oh, hello there, Mr. Arrow. How are you feeling? We've managed to get a 3 diamond haul, and we managed to light up about maybe 20% of what we wanted to light up. And we've only got 15 torches left anyway, so we needed to come back, craft some more, but we can go and, you know, continue with our base for a little bit, and then we can try again when we've calmed down a little bit. Now, we're just coming back to harvest some more sugarcane, but I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to politely ask if you guys would hit that subscribe button. We are almost about to smash 2,000 subscribers, but I know that you guys are absolutely insane and absolutely awesome, and I think with a push and with your guys' help, we might actually be able to hit 5k subscribers by the end of September. I'd love to see if we could do that, guys, so make sure you hit that sub button. And once again, with some bricks in hand, we are heading back down to wall this area off so that we can officially say that we have expanded our territory a little bit in this episode. Oh, that scared me.
Surprise!
Okay, we're gonna have to cover that up. Do we have any blocks? Right, we're covering this lava up. This lava is gonna be the end of me. I realized I could have just used my water to get rid of that, but I actually am gonna need that lava again at some point, so I don't actually just want to like throw it away completely. But I do realize that this is now a little bit dark, so we are gonna have to light this up again. We finally have our very first mending book, which is absolutely amazing, and that means we can go and put it on our pickaxe right now, and we can start mending it so that we can use it to dig out everything that we need to. This is a game changer. I cannot stress just how important this is. So some of you may remember that we found a skeleton spawner a couple of episodes back, and that's exactly how we're going to repair our tools with mending on. But not only do we actually have to dig out a large area and build the actual mob spawner and mob grinder, we actually have to decorate it and make it look part of the world as well. So we've got a lot of work to do on it, so let's get to it. But first, let's see if we can actually repair our pickaxe as much as possible by smelting what we've got. That barely touched it. We're going to need a lot more XP if we're going to fix this to any usable means. Okay, let's try this next method, see if we can get any more. I didn't have it in my hand. Oh, poop. Well, third time surely has to be the charm. We need to kind of like be backing off as we do this. No, stop picking it up. Right, now we have our pickaxe out. Let's run around and pick this up and see if we can repair it a little bit. I can see the bar going up. We repaired like the tiniest amount. I just cooked a bunch of steak to try and repair this pickaxe even quicker, but it barely scratched the surface, and I think it's just one of those things where I'm going to waste too much time sitting around. So I actually made some iron pickaxes so we can just get to work on building this thing, because I just want to get started and I don't want to be sitting around forever. And now I've lost my way. I can't remember where to go. Ah, I found it. So the first thing we need to do is dig out a 9x9 area inside this room so that we know exactly how big this room needs to be, as it's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to expand it a few more blocks that way and a few more blocks that way. So let's get to it. Okay, now we've actually dug out the room. This is technically done. All we have to do is place some water blocks down here, and then we just have to dig out these blocks here so that it can go up a chute and then drop down a chute, and then the mob killing area will be just out here. And we are going to be building this area up because, like I said in the previous episode, we are going to be building an entranceway here. But for now, I actually want to open all this area up and dig it out. So it's a big terraforming project. So once again, we need to terraform this whole area. Now, I'm not going to dig around the back of it. I'm going to leave it open because I'm probably going to eventually like dig this area out a bit and dig all this area out. So yeah, let's just keep going in. Okay, now that we've actually gone ahead and dug out the area of where we're going to be building our sort of mob collection area and everything else, we actually now need to work on our way down into the open area. Now, there's going to be a lot of decorating that I'm going to do, but first I kind of want to just get everything in place in like a rough manner before I actually start building the area up and making it look nice. So you guys will remember where we built this archway thing and then started building the stairway down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down here and I'm going to connect the two places up, and then we'll figure out where we're going to go from there. So we finally finished decorating the area. Now there's still a fair bit of work to do in the long run, but what I've done is I've created a temporary sort of walkway out of spruce planks and slabs, and the idea here is that the dwarves have dug down and discovered a sort of area of stone that's really difficult for them to mine. They cannot mine very easily through this stone, and ever since they expanded down into the lower area, they realized that they've kind of shook a power that feels very evil and very old, and so we are now transforming this skeleton spawner into what is going to be part of that evil power, which will all become clear in the next couple of episodes. But for now, I want to keep it a little bit of a secret, because you're going to have to watch the rest of the episodes. But we need to get to work actually building the skeleton spawner so that it actually performs as a functioning part. So the first thing we have to do is, using our unlimited water sources, we have to go through and we have to place down water in a fashion along there. So let's do that very, very quickly. So now what will happen as the skeletons are spawned is they will get pushed down into this one block canal, and our job here now is to get them to take damage. And the way we do that is we actually dig up 25 blocks, and then we dig down 23 blocks, which means the killing area should be around here somewhere. So we've kind of designed this in a really good way. So it's almost as if the dwarves are utilizing the power and the sort of monsters that are coming from this dark power to sort of serve their own gain. But this is going to go like this. Right, so then this is obviously going to come... this should actually come one more block. I don't know why it isn't. Okay, maybe we actually... So there's a very basic collection area. So in theory, we can now go ahead and test this spawner. So if we go ahead and knock the torches out, it should start spawning skeletons, and this should work. So obviously we don't have glass, so we can't actually see through. So we kind of just have to AFK and just hope that this works. And we have to be pretty quick about it. Because obviously these skeletons are going to spawn pretty quickly and they're going to start shooting at us. So we should be able to head out. There we are. We're already getting shot. So in theory, in a couple of seconds, the skeletons should go up and drop down here if this all works perfectly. So I'm going to stand back just in case I get shot. And I will be back in a second. Okay, so I did take a very quick break, and I can hear skeletons gathering, but they are not where we need them to be. So I think we have a slight issue on our hands. And this is going to be a nightmare to sort out, I believe. Oh, it sounds like they're going at each other. They are indeed going at each other. Right, we need to light up the spawner so the skeletons can no longer spawn. We didn't pick up the torches, which is slightly problematic. Alright, we're going to have to BRB again. Okay, I don't know if this is going to fix it, but what I've actually done is I've put a sign there to create a sort of passable block, and then made the bottom one a full water block, which in theory should give the mobs the ability to do that. However, the only issue is that the water will only push the mobs to here, and then they'll stand still and they'll just move around. So the idea is that the next skeleton that gets pushed into this one will then push the skeleton into here, and it'll create like a knock-on system where every single skeleton that spawns will kind of push the other ones into there. Now, I have no idea if this is going to work. The only way to actually test this out is to just go ahead, knock out the torches, AFK for a second, and see if this works. So let's just knock out all of these torches, and let's just see if we can free up a bit of space to pick these up, just in case we have to. No? Okay, never mind. Okay, we have some serious troubleshooting to do. I do not know why this is not working. So I need to take some time to experiment and get this working. So I'll be back shortly. This has been the most stressful thing I have done on this world so far. Look at my body. I'm like a pin cushion. Oh, and I'm still not there. Okay, we managed to get some sort of resemblance of a farm. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't actually figure out how to get them to go up the chute to drop down to take 23 blocks of damage in order to one-shot them without the use of soul sand, which we haven't got yet because we haven't been to the nether. But that is coming up, and I'm going to explain what's going on in just a second. But first, I'm going to try and see if we can repair this diamond pickaxe so we can start using it for further projects. Well, it only took about 10-15 minutes, but we finally got a fully fixed pickaxe again. So mending has done its job. We no longer need that farm just yet, although we will need to get mending on our armor in the foreseeable future. But for now... Oh, hello. I've noticed we've had a lot more mob spawns. Like, why is that creeper there? Oh, I've just realised I've got my shield on. Oh, that could have been painful. Let's combine one of the two of the bows that we got. Oh, that's an expensive combine, but you know, now we have an infinity bow with power 3 and unbreaking 3, so it should last a pretty long time, and it's nearly full as well, so you can't really get any better than that. So now we have a bow, so we can actually continue expanding down below, clearing out the area, lighting it up. But we have a small issue in that we actually don't have any coal left. We've actually completely ran out, so I think the best thing we can do is take some of the sugarcane, turn it into paper. We've managed to get a few stacks, and come over to our very ugly and unfinished villager trading hall with only 3 villagers. Trade with this villager and try and get some emeralds and level him up a bit. Then get some lanterns, giving us all the XP. And there we are, we've got lanterns instead of torches, which we can now start replacing on the bridge and everywhere else, just to make it that little bit more fitting in with the dwarven theme. But I've just been over to get the name tag that we had in the chest that we got in another skeleton spawner, and I've taken a look at the video, and we are officially naming our first dog Thorin, as in Thorin Oakenshield. And it was the most liked comment, so thank you, Jim Canup, for suggesting the name. And don't worry guys, we'll have plenty of cats and dogs and future things to name. There we are, there's little puppers called Thorin, our first official dog, and he's such a good boy, and you're such a good boy as well. He's a good boy, he was a good boy. Yeah, we can fight now. Okay, so I actually had a change of heart. I was coming over here to see what work we could do on the villager trading hall, and I actually took a look and thought to myself I didn't like what we had done with this room. So I'm going to completely transform this room and change it up and design it slightly differently. I took a break on the library to just work on the entranceway of this a little bit, so we managed to square it off and make it look as if there's more of a natural pathway going around here. So we need to go into here and we need to take 2 diamonds. I actually made a mistake and only left 1 diamond over when I first got the diamonds in this series, and I was like, oh yeah, you only need 1 diamond to make an enchanting table. It was 2 diamonds. I made a huge mistake and that was my fault. But we got the 2 diamonds. We now just need, I think, is it 4 obsidian and a book, which we've already got. And there we have it. We've made our first enchanting table, so we can actually go ahead and get some basic enchants on our armor. I think we go ahead and place it here. It's not the best location for it, and we can always move it in the future, but I think this is where our enchanting table should be, and we kind of have these like bookshelves on either side, and then it kind of just has this little cove where the enchanting table is, and we'll design that in a future episode. But I think for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up, simply because we are having a heat wave this week in the UK, and I mentioned this in the previous episode. It was just starting to warm up. Well, now this week is the warmest week we've had in a... Oh, hello. Where the heck did he come from? Get him, Thorin. Go on, get him. He dropped a carrot. Oh, what a way to end the series. To end the series? Thank you for watching. We have now ended our hardcore. Thank you, bye. I think before we actually go, we head up here. We dig up you. And we place you down. We now have carrots in this world, and we can now actually make our own golden carrots. And yes, I am aware that we can trade farmers for golden carrots when we get them to max level. I believe it's farmers, or it might be clerics. I can't remember. One of them trades golden carrots, but again, we do not have a method of gaining emeralds very, very fast at the moment because we're still very, very early on in the series. But as for now, I've been the Mike James, also known as It's Me, Mickey T. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!